This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lesson 351 through lesson 360, each of which relates to the course's teaching about the real you, that is, who and what you are in truth. I'll be repeating this same introduction for each of lessons 351 through 360, so you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and my further comments are provided in the description below. The course teaches that you, the real eternal you, is the sinless child of God, complete and healed and whole. The introduction, which precedes these 10 lessons, further tells us that we are the bringers of salvation, and that we accept our part as saviors of the world, which through our joint forgiveness is redeemed along with ourselves. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 353, December 19. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose, to be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles. We share a purpose with Christ. More than that, it is our only purpose. The rest of our so-called purposes and responsibilities are of this world, the illusion. As a minister of God, you still perform your ordinary daily tasks, since not to do so would be loveless and impede those around you from waking along with you. But your same acts are entirely different because of your intent and perspective. Acts performed from the perspective of the one self are miracles, which God does through you. This lesson is telling us to act in the physical world with the knowledge and vision of the one self. This is how Christ blesses the world with miracles. The title of today's lesson is My Eyes, My Tongue, My Hands, My Feet today have but one purpose, to be given Christ to use to bless the world with miracles. The final two sentences of today's prayer read, quote, "A while I work with him, Christ, to serve his purpose. Then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself." End quote. Let's unpack these two sentences of the prayer, because there is a lot here, and some of it, the part about losing yourself, can initially sound a bit scary. These sentences are saying a great deal, including that you can realize your true identity by acting as if you shared Christ's purpose. It reminds me of the phrase sometimes used by pastors, fake it until you make it. In other words, by remembering to try to see with the eyes of Christ, you eventually will. By remembering to see and act from the one self, rather than the narrow focus of your small self, you allow yourself to wake to your true eternal self. This explains the sentence in the prayer about losing yourself. You lose yourself, that is, you lose your small self or ego by realizing and remembering your true identity, which is the one self, or child of God. This is not a loss of your present consciousness into oblivion. It is your growth into your true self, which will never die. So, perform your true purpose here. Bless the world with miracles. That is, look out on it with the eyes of Christ, your true vision as the child of God. Don't worry about what to do or what to say. If you are seeing with the eyes of Christ, your words and actions will be the right and best ones for all involved, including yourself. And this is how you wake. This is how you return home.